A recent survey found that only 22% of podcasts are hosted by women, and even less are by female minorities. But it's not for long. Spotify's Sound Up program, taking place in New York, is looking to bring more diverse voices into the podcast world. And here with more is Titi Shadiya and Zakia Watley. They're both with Dope Labs. Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Good morning. We're doing great. Thank you so much for having us here.
It's great to have you. Podcasting, I mean, this is only getting bigger and bigger. How did you guys decide to start Dope Labs, and tell us about the podcast you do?
So Dope Labs is really born out of TT and I's friendship. So we met back in graduate school, and two things would happen when we would meet people. First, they'd be shocked that we were scientists, and then the second thing is a ton of questions coming right after that. So they'd ask us, it felt like every question they'd been holding in for years. And we said, hey, people, there's a need here. People want to know more science. And so what we try to do is take the scientific questions and situate them in the context of pop culture. So what's trending on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. And we just kind of say, hey, here's the science behind it.
That's awesome. And the beauty of podcasting is you don't have to necessarily broadcast. It's more of a niche cast. Like if people want to learn about science and learn about it in a unique way, this is the podcast for that.
That is a very good point. Yes.
It's awesome. So so your experience with Spotify's Sound Up program, how did this take place?
So we were a part of the 2018 cycle, and so we sent in an application, and there were over 18,000 applications sent in, and we were chosen as one of the 10 finalists.
Awesome.
So all 10 finalists were sent to New York, and we worked with Spotify for a week where they taught all of us how to basically get all of our podcasts off the ground. Right. So they taught us a lot of the tech and storyboarding and how to do like everything that has to do with a podcast. And at the end of the week, there was a pitch competition, and we won.
Nice.
And Dope Labs is here.
See, it's beautiful. I love this. Now, you are actually scientists. You don't just play one on a podcast. What's your history science-wise? How did you become a scientist? What did you study?
So my background is in genetics and genomics.
Wow.
Yes, and I have a PhD in mechanical engineering and material science.
Wow, that's fantastic. And they're two different disciplines of science as well, coming together for a great show. This is awesome. Why do you feel like programs like yours, I mean, how important is Sound Up to what you're doing and what others are doing out there?
We think that Sound Up is really important because it not only increases the amount of diversity that's in the podcast space, but it also shines a light on women of color, and other minorities within that space. And the barrier to entry for podcasting is so low. Really, anyone can start a podcast. And with programs like Sound Up, it makes this podcast landscape way more enriched with all of these amazing stories. And it just makes the whole environment so much better.
Absolutely.
And we're really excited to see what comes out of the next cycle of Sound Up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no question. Well, everyone has a story to tell, and some people are better storytellers than others. You just got to put a microphone in front of them. Where can we get more information on this?
So you can learn more about Sound Up at Spotify.com, and you can check out Dope Labs. You can follow us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, or you can listen to us at dopelabspodcast.com.
Awesome.
And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Dope Labs Podcast.
There we go. You got to get the branding. That's the first thing you got to do. Make sure no one else, 16 million podcasts out there have your name, and then you got to get all the domains and all the social before anyone else does. Ladies, it's great having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on everything. They're inspiring the next generation of podcasters. You want to learn more, go to Spotify.com. Spotify is a proud sponsor of The Morning Blend.